Selamat sejahtera. Today we will go for part 2, chapter 3, whereby we will learn pro forma financial statements. So today's topic will actually go for learning objective number 3 and 4, whereby it is to explain the procedure used to prepare. How do you want to prepare pro forma income statement and pro forma balance sheet, and how you want to evaluate both of these statements. And then to evaluate the approaches to pro forma financial statement preparation and what are the common uses of it. So basically, what is pro forma statements? Usually shareholders, who are the shareholders? The owner of the company. The creditors who giving them the fund, and the firm's management pay close attention to pro forma statements, which is pro forma statement is a projected income statement and balance sheet. So pro forma entails projected, something that is not yet happened. Okay, so many of the financial ratios that we learn in chapter 2, some of it will be used in this topic. The two main inputs to prepare pro forma statement, which is what do we need to have in order for us to prepare pro forma statement. Okay, the first one is financial statement for at least the preceding year, which is let's say now is 2023, we need to have previous year financial statements, 2022 income statement and 2022 balance sheet, as well as the sales forecast for the coming year. What we actually anticipate ataupun yang kita expect berapa sales akan sesebuah company tu akan dia punya target lah, target sales the following year. So this two things, financial statement for the previous year as well as the sales target. Okay, now we go for why actually we do forecasting. Forecasting means we anticipate what happened in the future. The first one is to estimate fund. Of course, kalau kata sebagai contoh, okay, next semester you are going to take courses that require you to travel. So we plan that next semester you're going to travel. So of course, by traveling you need fund. So the same goes to company. When they actually have a planning, they will involve some kind of money. So they need to know how much on certain period they require additional fund. The second one, to estimate the firm's cash standing. This one is also important because how the company manage the cash will determine the success of their business and the sustainability. The third one, to compare actual performance. To compare actual performance data against forecasted data. So kita boleh bandingkanlah dengan apa yang kita rancang dengan apa yang exactly berlaku. Then from that comparison tu kita boleh evaluate the strength and the weaknesses. The fourth reason is to develop contingency plan. Sekiranya plan A tak jadi, then we need to go to plan B. Okay, and the final one, to estimate discretionary financing needed. What is discretionary financing needed? Discretionary financing needed is discretion ni bergantung kepada decision pemilik. it's not automatic happen in the financial statement. So decision untuk menambahkan fund in the organisation depending on the approval of the shareholders. That's what it means by discretionary financing. Ya, dia bukannya automatic. So what is it that need to about discretionary financing needed ni? It's changes in asset, liabilities and equities, which means kalau dia nak buat pembelian yang besar, ataupun dia nak menambahkan hutang dia, ataupun dia nak menambahkan modal dia, ya, decision tersebut, ya, keputusan itu perlulah dibuat oleh shareholder. Ya. Decision is made by the shareholder. That's why it's called discretionary. Yeah? So funds are from internal sources, whether it comes from retained earning ataupun current liabilities, or external sources like debt or stock. Yeah? Okay. In business, there are two kinds of financing, which is spontaneous financing and discretionary financing. What is spontaneous financing? Spontaneous, spontan, automatic. Bukan sesuatu yang diinitiate. Ya, dia berlaku apabila perniagaan tu berjalan, sebenarnya financing tu terwujud. Apa contoh dia? Account payables and accrued expenses. Macam mana account payable and accrued expenses can be considered as spontaneous financing? Okay, account payable happen when organisation buy materials. Okay, materials or kata products using credit secara hutang lah, belian secara hutang. Okay, just imagine that you want to do a business. Let's say you want to sell a cosmetic product. Okay, you don't have the product and you don't have so much fund, modal. Yeah, so what you do is that you go to a supplier of cosmetic, founder lah, founder. You said that you want to sell this cosmetic. Okay, that founder say, okay, you can take this product with you. You sell. After you sell, you get the money. Then you pay me. Jual dulu, lepas jual baru bayar. So that kind of things, dia akan masuk dalam account payable. So when a business buy with credit, it's spontaneously giving a fund to the business. Maksudnya untung atas angin lah, dia tak keluar modal untuk beli produk tersebut. So dia akan bayar produk tersebut selepas dia menjual. That's when account payable become a part of modal lah sebenarnya. And then accrued expenses. Accrued expenses ni adalah belanja-belanja yang dibayar selepas perkara tu berlaku. Contoh gaji, sewa. You want to run the business, of course lah mula-mula kena bayar deposit dululah. Tapi selepas tu you duduk dulu, akhir bulan baru bayar. So you dah generate money from the business. After you get the profit, then barulah bayar account terakkru tersebut. Okay. Kemudian, account payable and accrued expenses are typically the only liabilities directly with sale. So bila sales tu meningkat, account payable meningkat dan accrued expenses juga meningkat. Of course lah, bila kita nak increasekan sales, maksudnya kita kena beli bahan mentah yang lebih banyak, stok yang lebih banyak. It will automatically increase account payable. Yeah? Okay, account payable and accrued expenses are referred to as a sources of spontaneous financing, whereby the percent of sales method can be used to forecast the level of both these sources of financing. Which means, account payable dengan accrued expenses ni, bila kita nak forecast, sales increase, that means account payable and accrued expenses also increase as much as the sales increase. For example, the sales increase by 20%. So definitely account payable and accrued expenses will increase 20%. Okay. The second type of financing is discretionary financing, whereby raising financing with notes payable. This is debt, long-term debt, hutang-hutang jangka panjang, tambahan modal dalam common stock. All this, they require managerial discretion. What I mean is that hutang-hutang yang besar ni, finance manager dia tak boleh ambil keputusan right away. He needs to ask the shareholders. Biasanya shareholders is more than one. So it requires some managerial discretion, and hence these sources of financing are called discretionary sources of financing. The retention of earnings is also a discretionary source, as it is the result of firm discretionary dividend policy. Kenapa earning? Retain earning. Retain earning ni adalah net profit. Okay, net profit yang tidak digunakan lah selepas tolak dengan dividen. So dividen ni adalah keputusan shareholders. Decision of shareholders. Okay. Katakanlah shareholders kata dapat net profit 1 million, dia nak bagi 20,000 as dividend. So whose decision yang nak bagi 20,000 ni? Shareholders, bukannya financial managers. Sebab tu retain earnings tu dia tidak berubah berdasarkan kepada sales ni tadi. Okay. So sekarang we want to prepare the pro forma income statement menggunakan percent of sales method. Percent of sales method ni kita melihat kepada berapa peratusankah sales tu meningkat, dan item-item lain tu berubah berdasarkan kepada percentage sales tersebut. Okay. It forecasts sales and then expresses the various income statement items as percentage of projected sales. Dia forecast lah. Contoh 2022, sales dia adalah 10,000. Tahun 2023, dia forecast sales dia 20,000. Jadi kat sini kita nampak bahawa ada kenaikan sebanyak 100%. So kenaikan 100%. Forecast sales ni boleh dalam bentuk ringgit ataupun boleh dalam bentuk percentage. Okay. The percentages used are likely to be the percentage of sales for those items in the previous year. Okay. So kat sini nanti saya ajarkan macam mana nak buat percentage of sales, as well as another way which is much more easier for you to do it, in the sense that we take the forecast sales tu darabkan dengan item-item yang berkaitan. Okey, sebagai contoh, ya. In this example, the question asks to prepare Fair Traders Incorporated, 2020 pro forma income statement. The company produce and sell handmade dinner plates and mugs. Jadi this one is income statement for 2019. What they want you to do is the pro forma for 2020. Okay, so it's given the income statement and balance sheet, and then the sales forecast for 2020, and then it is assumed that fair traders will pay 4,000 in dividend. Okay, so this is the income statement. Sales ni dia divided by two things. Dia jual two items. Tapi actually kita boleh saja ambil yang inilah total sales. So sales ada yang ni. Then minus dengan cost of goods sold that consists labor, material, overhead. So the total cost of goods sold is this much. So we get the gross profit. Okay, less dengan operating expenses. Berapa banyak operating expenses dia, dapatlah operating profit. Seperti biasa, income statement seperti biasa, sehinggalah dapat retained earnings sebab dia bayar dividen sebanyak 4,000. So ini pula adalah balance sheet tahun sebelumnya, 2019. Dia ada bahagian asset dan sebagainya lah, liabilities dan juga retain equity pemilik sebelah sini. Dan diberi sales forecast adalah sebanyak 135,000. So dia pecahkanlah untuk setiap item yang dijual. Pada tahun 2020 dia expect mugs ni dijual 1,500 unit, yang mana dia menjual 25 per unit. So total up is 37,500 USD. Whereby plates dijual sebanyak 1,950 units, where each unit costs 50,000. So the total is 97,500. When you total up, it gets 135,000 of sales, total sales. So kita tahu bahawa dia punya kenaikan sales ni, kita nak kira lah berapa persen daripada yang asal ni. Daripada 100,000 tahun 2019 kepada 135,000 tahun 2020. Okay, so macam mana kita nak buatkan berdasarkan kepada percentage of sales? Setiap item yang ini, okay, kita ambil yang penting-penting aja. Total cost of goods sold, kemudian operating expenses dan interest expenses, kita kira berdasarkan percentage of sales. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 hingga 4 berdasarkan percentage of sales. Okay. Manakala tax, okay, taxes dikira berdasarkan peratusan tax. Berapa peratusan tax dia? So kita kira 50%. Okay. Kemudian dividend, dia cakap dekat information awal dia bayar 4,000. 4,000. So now, how do we want to calculate income statement for 2020 by percentage of sales? So kita nak tahu dia punya setiap item 1, 2, 3, 4 ni berapa peratusan dia berbanding dengan sales. Sales dia 100,000, COGS dia 80,000. Jadi untuk cost of goods sold 80,000 bahagi dengan sales dapat 0.8. Percentage of sales ni maksudnya apa dia punya items bahagi dengan sales. Kita nak tahu berapa percentage nilai X ni berbanding dengan sales. So, COGS amount ni bahagi dengan amount sales, dapat 0.8. 0.8 is actually equal to 80%. So, maksud dia apa ni? Maksudnya adalah COGS ini adalah 80% daripada sales. Maksudnya COGS is 80% times sales. So, kalau macam tu, operating expenses adalah 10%. Maksudnya 10% daripada sales tahun 2020. So, interest expense pula dapat 1%. So, interest expense is 1% daripada sales. Okay. So, ini yang kita dah kira tadi. Setiap satunya COGS 80%, operating expense 10%, interest expense is 1%. Okay. So, daripada assumption tadi, tax is 15% and dividend is 40,000 kan? Okay. Sekarang, ini yang perlu kita hasilkan, which is pro forma income statement. Okay. Look here. Di financial statement yang sebelum ini, 2019, dia tak tulis pro forma dekat sini. Pro forma kat sini tak ditulis. Salah satu undang-undang dalam penyediaan financial statement, tak kira lah income statement or cash budget ke or balance sheet ke, perlu tulis ayat yang dekat atas ni. Tapi kita lihat, bila kita menghasilkan pro forma, dia kena tulis kat ni a pro forma income statement. So we know that a pro forma income statement is a forecasted income statement. Untuk tahun berapa yang dia nak buat di masa akan datang. Okay. So kita masukkanlah, masukkan item dia, yang mana sales revenue dia dah beri, ini tadi 135,000. Okay. Cost of goods sold dia kata 80% daripada sale. Jadi 0.8 ni kali dengan 135,000 dapat 108,000. So ini adalah 0.8 kali 135,000. Okay. So campurkanlah, dapat amount dia. Nak campur, tolak. So, sales minus COGS, you get a gross profit. Then, operating expenses is 10% from sales. So, 10% times 135,000, you get 13,500. 27,000 minus 13,500, you get 13,500. Okay. So, dapatlah operating profit. So, we move to next. Interest expense. How to calculate interest expense? Interest expense is 1% from sales. So, 0.01. Okay. Remember, 0.01 is 1%. 0.1 is 10%. From my experience, students, a lot of times they making a silly mistake. So it says 10% is 0.1. 1% pun dia tulis 0.1. So be careful with the percentage symbol. So 0.01 times 135,000, you get 1,350. So you subtract, you get 12,150. Next, taxes. Taxes, we don't calculate taxes based on the percentage of sales. However, we calculate based on the percentage of taxes lah. Taxes ni dikira berapa peratus. Jadi, 15% equal to 0.15. 0.15 times dengan profit before tax, bukan dengan sales. Remember, 0.15 times dengan times dengan profit before tax. So 0.15 times 12,150, you get 1,823. Then you subtract, you get 10,327. Finally, the company pay dividend 4,000. So minus dengan dividend 4,000, the total of return earning ataupun net profit. Biasanya kat sini panggil net profit. So net profit yang setelah dibayar dividen, dia akan ambil amount ni, masukkan dalam balance sheet bahagian retained earning. Sebanyak 6327. Okay. In your textbook, they only explain pro forma income statement based on income statement. For percentage of sales. Tapi in order for us to, there are easier way to calculate pro forma income statement and balance sheet, okay, using the sales increase by percent, the percent increase of sales. So how do we know how much is the percent increase of sales? Okay, sales 2019 is 100,000. 2020 is 135,000. So the percentage is 135,000 minus 100,000 divided by 100,000. Maksudnya adalah, saya tulis formula sini, sales 2019, sales 2020 minus sales 2019 divided by sales 2019. So kat sini tolak bahagi dapat 35% ataupun 0.35. Secara asasnya, we know that when sales increase by 35%, maksudnya from 100 to 135,000, item-item lain yang berkaitan juga perlu naik sebagaimana sales naik. Which means if sales increase by 35%, sales increase by 35%, which means cost of goods sold, operating expenses, interest expense also increase by 35%. So how do we actually want to calculate the figure to reflect the increment of 35% to be put in kita punya pro forma income statement? Kalau dalam matematik, kalau kita kata kenaikan sebanyak 35%, which means 100,000 times 0.35, we get 35,000. Tapi ni kenaikan saja. When we want to actually put the total sales revenue, kalau kita letak 35,000, dia dah kurang daripada 100,000 lah. Kita nak 135,000. Jadi 35,000 ni mestilah campur dengan nilai asal dia, 100,000. baru dah dapat 135,000. Right? So, dengan menggunakan formula matematik kat sini, this one is considered as 1. This one is considered as 35% tadi 0.35. That's why for you to easy calculate the increment, we multiply with 1.35. Why, madam? Darab dengan 1.35. 0.35 is the increment, 35. 1 yang dekat depan ni adalah merujuk kepada nilai asal sesuatu perkara tersebut. Jadi 1 tu merujuk kepada nilai apa yang kita nak darabkan tu. Kalau 100, 1 tu merujuk kepada 100 lah. Kalau 80,000, dia merujuk 1 tu merujuk kepada 80,000 lah. Yeah? So, in that sense, whatever amount in 2019, when you times with 1.35, dia akan dapat value yang sama macam kita kira menggunakan percentage of sales tadi. Yeah? So, kalau kata you lepas dengar lecture ni, you cuba calculate. Yeah? Dengan cara macam ni. 80,000 times 1.35 dapat ke tak this amount. Yeah? So, in that sense, item tersebut yang kita dah darabkan dengan 1.35 tadi, kita dapat yang ni. Kemudian tax ni adalah 50% out of net profit before tax. Lepas tu dividend 4,000. Dapatlah retained earning tadi. So this retained earning will go to balance sheet. Okay. So in balance sheet, item dalam balance sheet kita kena faham mana item yang dia naik secara automatik bila sales naik dan mana item yang memerlukan keputusan shareholder untuk berubah. Okey. Item yang saya merahkan ini, long term debt dan juga common stock, ini shareholders yang buat keputusan. So ini adalah dipanggil discretionary financing. Manakala retained earning pula adalah hasil tambah daripada akaun yang sebelum ini campur dengan net profit pada tahun 2020. Jadi kalau kita tengok tahun 2019, when we actually times any other items with 1.35, times dengan 1.35, times dengan 1.35, you will get this kind of amount. So darab semua dengan 1.35. So yang ini you total up lah berapa jumlah dia. Okay. In this example, we consider that the company used all its resources efficiently. So efficiently means the net fixed asset also increased by 1.35. So, bila you dah calculate ni, darab dengan 1.35, you akan dapat this amount. So, bila total up, dapatlah 121,500. Okay. Untuk bahagian liability dan equity pun sama. Kecuali yang ni, dan yang ni. Okay. Long term debt dengan common stock tak berubah. So tengok 18,000 dia remain 18,000. Common stock pun tak berubah juga. 30,000. Okay. Cuma return earning ni a bit salah ni. 6327 dia kena campur dengan 23,000 ni. 23,000 dia akan jadi 29 So return earning dia akan jadi 29327. Kenapa? Sebab nilai net profit dalam income statement yang ini 6327 dia kena campur dengan nilai return earning sebelumnya. Sebab return earning yang ni dia adalah simpanan lah, duit reserve lah kita kata. Ya. Darabkan, campurkan tu dapat 29,327. Ya. So dalam yang lain pula, account payable, tax payable, notes payable, ada current liabilities ni semua dia akan berubah sama macam sales. Sales increase, dia pun increase. Ya? So kita darabkanlah dengan 1.35. Ini semua darab dengan 1.35 times 1.35. Okay, total berapa? So kita akan dapatlah this amount. Okay. So last kali, second last 1 to 1,500 ni kita kena letakkan amount dia sama dekat sini. 1 to 1,500. So bila you calculate daripada atas liability dan equity, campur long term debt, campur dengan equity. Okay. Dapat berapa? Contohlah dapat Y. Nilai Y. So dia akan tak sama tau dengan yang ni tadi. Nombor ni dia akan jadi lebih besar daripada nombor yang Y ni tadi. Hasil tambahan ni. Jadi balance dia, ini discretionary financing ni adalah balance dia lah. Balance. Apabila total asset tolak dengan the rest ni. Liabilities, and equity. So dia akan dapat berapa figure balance tu, dia masuk sini lah, discretionary financing. Okay. We will move to the second part in other videos.